whereas the AIs can do it much better. So I
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
problem
We'll
is that
see.
AI, according to what the doctors and everyone, is the AI is not going to be responsible for a human. It's going to need a doctor to overview all these images because the problem is when they first started using the AI, it would find all these things. You'd be like, hey, this is what I find inside this lung. It would say like 100 different things that it could diagnose this person of, but it's not
Yeah, it's pretty
finding what's
unrealistic.
causing the issue of why they are there. And then positioning a patient that is injured isn't going to be able to be done by a robot.
Right.
They have to be able to deal with the human, and straightening out a leg that's broken and things like that is just very, very. I believe we're far from that, but it could happen. There's another company, Colorado. I think it was Boulder University or something. They have a system that's made, I think Siemens made it, and it's the closest thing to AI as the actual system taking the picture, where the table and the X-ray tube move according to the computer moves everything, and the patient just lays there on the table. But there still needs to be a human interaction in between before you start radiating people, and to verify whether or not the patient is in the right spot, even though the machine and everything else went to where it thinks it is. So, yeah. And they're adding so many cameras on the Philips X-ray systems. And yeah.
Isn't a MRI like much better in terms of it has non-ionizing radiation, and it is like the only thing that's really preventing people from getting like the preventive care, like a full body MRI, is the cost and
the time.
some people.
It's
the
because
time. It takes 60 minutes.
It's going to take you a lot longer to scan a body for that. It takes you about 30 minutes to 15 to 30 minutes is a pretty fast scan of just a lower back.
Oh, when I had my full body MRI, it was I think 60 minutes. So
yeah, but you're not going to get all the slices in between each joints and things like that. But yeah, you can check out certain things and watch fluid go through your heart and go through your your vascular system and whatnot, and you do a lot of different things, but you'll get more information faster through a CT scan.
You mean for the heart?
For anything for the most part, except some like soft tissue stuff and whatnot, you maybe want an MRI. It's so much slower than the X-ray, CT.
Interesting. Huh. Very neat.
Because you can scan a brain, the full scan of a brain of a CT in a couple minutes, and it'd take you 30 minutes in an MRI.
But isn't the resolution much better?
You can do less slices, have thinner or thicker bread slices if you want to look at it that way. Then yeah, you're not going to do as many. It's going to be shorter.
Yeah. Huh. Have you heard of a woman named Mary Lou Jepson?
No.
Can't remember what her company's name. I think it's like Clearwater. And she is inventing a technology which can do the equivalent of an MRI, but over like less than a minute, using infrared light, because infrared light passes through skin. Sorry, passes through the human body. So we'll see what happens with that. It's very interesting technology.
That will be very interesting. I agree with you.
I think Open Water. That's it. Openwater.cc.
Open Water. We got quite a few people in radiology in Pulsechain. And just save that website. I'm going to look at it later. But yeah, I'm always interested in all the new stuff coming out and whatnot.
Enlitic is the other one. ENLITIC.com. They were, I saw their Enlitic, ENLITIC.com. And they had a presentation, I think back in 2015. They were talking about the problem that Google faced when they were trying to use machine learning on we call it patient medical reports. There we go. So patient records. And it turns out they couldn't actually beat the doctors in terms of the diagnoses. And um, they're like, why is this? They have machine learning and blah blah. And one thing is that in 2012 there wasn't actually that much machine learning as compared to today. But the other thing is that a bunch of the medical data is like not very specific. There are 10,000 different diseases, and there's a lot of bias against doing testing because of all the false positives. And in many ways, the doctors work for the hospitals, obviously, but they also work for the insurance company and the government, more so in other areas. And so they have all these different incentives. And so that's just one of those really interesting fields where, you know, it's machine learning is necessary but insufficient to actually make a huge change in healthcare.
Yeah, I mean, the more things we have to further look at the body before cutting it open or making a decision, it's only going to benefit us. I'm mainly mostly excited, not the tech, it's mainly them getting further and further with stem cells. That's what I hope continues. I've seen some of the results of watching joints rebuild themselves, and it's pretty, after seeing people's joints go to waste, it's kind of interesting to see it do the opposite. I've never seen that before. So it's almost like seeing that SpaceX spaceship land for the first time. Like, oh, it's possible, but it seems fake.
I know someone who actually did get stem cells, but not for joints. He has the same condition I have, which is multiple chemical sensitivities. And so I looked at his medical records and he looked over mine. And I'm like, all right, I'm pretty sure the cause of my illness is actually candida, which I know to MDs is like, oh no, it's, if you had candida, oh, it's either sepsis or it's, a yeast infection. It's like, well, I'm not a woman and I'm not dead. So it's neither of those. And anyways, and we both agreed it's like, well, it's probably candida. But he put me in touch with a doctor that's already is going to order IV caspofungin, since I tried all the oral stuff. And but anyways, I was looking at his records. I'm like, this seems either like Lyme or MCAS, mast cell activation syndrome, and that might explain why rituximab actually helped you. Rituximab is an anti-cancer drug, but it has other things, other uses. And I'm like, this is just so interesting. You actually got rituximab. Wow. You know. Um, but anyways, he got stem cells, and it didn't help him with this illness.
Yeah, my sister has lupus, and she's looked into, I guess there's a organization out in China that claims they can get rid of MS and lupus. It's quite very expensive, but you go out there for a few weeks or something. I forgot what the organization was called.
Well, I lived in China for 3 years, and that sounds really shady. And I speak Chinese too. So, um, if it's stem cells, maybe that's believable that they would give her stem cells, but it might be from the Uyghurs that, are prisoners of conscience and getting their organs harvested.
That's not
Yeah.
good.
That's probably why if they can do it, that's probably why they can do it, as opposed to other regions in the world. And did she get lupus that has like what positive ANA? Like what autoimmune
I have
disorders does it?
no clue, to be honest. She spent probably a decade trying to figure out what was going on with her, and then finally, after like the third rheumatory, they're like, "You got lupus," and then it's been research on just trying to figure out that stuff. But I've been so busy with my life, I haven't been able to keep up with her research on it.
Well, I mean, what tests do you know? Did she get?
I have no clue.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah, we talk a lot, but we don't talk about that.
Mm. I mean, one thing to consider is the functional medicine, um, practitioners, where it's like, oh, functional medicine, that's like all that woo-woo crap. It's like, well, some of it is homeopathic, which is complete crap, but the other stuff, using certain herbs to modulate various parts of the body, that 75% of the drugs, whereby one drug, like let's say doxycycline, counts as one, 75% of the drugs actually come from plants, and most of the antibiotics, they come from bacteria and fungus. So it's just one of those things where it might be interesting to look there. And the other thing with the functional medicine practitioners is they look at metabolomics. They look at maybe like 100 different markers, and those usually give some insight into what's going on. Um, so it's something to consider. It's not cheap, but it's not like you have to buy a ticket to China either. It's
Yeah.
it's it's very low risk, and it's like maybe a few $1,000s
Yeah,
um,
it's not that bad.
to get tests and various treatments and try to figure things out.
Yeah, you're very knowledgeable on a lot of the medications and stuff. I've been like anti-medication and anything. I've been more fortunate than my sister, so I haven't had to worry too much about it. And working in radiology, I just try to stay away from medications. I get so lost when people start dropping knowledge. I'm just like, what is going on? It's just out of my field so much.
Yeah, so I came into this chat to kind of give an update to people. So I was in this chat maybe a few months ago. So I was trying to figure out how do I get more cash, and I do have a job, so that's good. But then, is there something else I can do to deploy my cash in a smarter way? So I had remembered that when I had the option of getting a full body MRI, I wanted to get it as cheaply as possible. So what did I do? The people who were offering it, I actually knew, and they knew I was financially struggling at the time. So they're like, "We'll give it to you at cost." Typically, we charge people 1,500 for the full body 3 Tesla MRI, and we'll give it to you for 1,200. I said, "Awesome, thank you." So I got a credit card where if I spend more than $1,000, I get $150 back. Pretty good. 15%, no tax, cash back essentially. So I turned a $1,500 MRI into a $1,050 MRI. So basically 30% off. Pretty good. But so go ahead.
A 3 Tesla magnet could probably do a body scan that quick.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
not a
Okay.
common one.
Oh, I had heard of the 1.5 Tesla and the 3 Tesla.
That's
I didn't know it was.
1.5, 3 Tesla is gonna have a lot of power. I think UCSD, there's maybe one or two in San Diego. And yeah, they're just super overpowered for like the majority of exams. And that's what they're trying to figure out. They're trying to speed up the MRI as fast as possible and how to scan things with a lot of slices. But yeah, that could do it.
Very interesting. So, um, anyways, I remember this concept, and when I got a job, I'm like, well, maybe I can keep doing this. So what I ended up doing was I applied to some credit cards where if I spend a certain amount of money, I get cash back. Here's the beauty of that idea: there is no taxes on it, and that's in comparison to getting a bank account that has cash back. That is taxable because that counts as income. The credit card one doesn't count as income because I don't get, I could actually get it in my bank account, but I'm like, no, I'll just apply it to my balance. So how much is that worth? Well, I have accumulated in the past around 4 months, around $5,600 in free cash. So that's pretty good. So if anyone else wants to apply these ideas, if you want to, get more hex, and when they come out, Pulsechain and PulseX, etc., um, that's a pretty simple idea. I know not everyone can do it, but I did it. It's something to consider, and so I'd like to read off the websites that I use, such that you can apply it if you want to. One website is creditcards.com. Another is bankrate.com. Another is wallethub.com. creditkarma.com, nerdwallet.com, thepointsguy.com. So points is in plural, thepointsguy.com, hustlermoneyblog.com, moneycrashers.com. Crashers is plural. bankdealguy.com, doctorofcredit.com, fool.com. That was kind of a weird one, but I found an interesting deal there. And Forbes.com. So Forbes actually has some interesting like credit cards, bank stuff. And so I would look through maybe once every 2 weeks, once every month to figure out, how I can use it to my advantage. But something that's quite interesting is that if you think about it, um, the way with the banks, as opposed to the credit cards, is you get a certain amount in direct deposits, and um, then you get the bonus after a certain amount of time and a certain amount of direct deposits in terms of total cash. And um, some of them don't actually have a minimum daily balance, so that's actually quite beautiful. So you can literally, move money from one account that has basically no interest. Once you get your paycheck, you move it into an account that has a high amount of interest. And even though, we're in this channel to, because we believe that no expectation of work of others, et cetera, but um, that the price will pump. And so, you know, you can, DCA into your cryptos or whatever it is. And this is a way that you can be smarter with your resources. So this is what I'm doing. And I got the feedback from one person who was saying that, oh yeah, I don't want to be a penny pincher or whatever. It's like, well, $5,000 in the past 4 or 5 months, that's, you know, that's pretty good. And more importantly, some people are like, oh, if only I had $1,000. Well, here's $5,000 you can have, if you're smart about your money. So something to consider for everyone. And I know this is being recorded, so that's another reason why I'm saying it. Hopefully, if you're not on the call now, when you're listening to this later, this will be useful for you.
Yeah, thank you, Matt.
Cypher? Yeah, no problem. Cypher, you want to say something?
And I love what you're putting down. Definitely listening in now.
Hey, Max, what was that company you were saying with the AI software? Because I see the one that is used that Fuji's using. I guess it's a third party. It's called RE lowercase ILI.
I've never heard of that one. The one I was talking about was Enlitic, ENLITIC. But you never know if it's that one or something else because rebranding and et cetera, et cetera. But I know Enlitic is very popular in Australia, probably because the founder is Australian. So. Oh, I forgot. So some of these credit cards, if you talk about like the cash back versus how much you have to spend, and some of them it's like 40% cash back. That because it's like $200 cash back for spending $500. So you got to be smart with how you want to apply to these credit cards. And there are plenty of other places where you can find how to build your credit if that's what you want to do. And like out of all the credit cards that I've had, my efficiency as far as like I spend this amount of money. I'm sorry, this amount of money goes on the credit card, and how much do I actually spend? It's or like how much do I save? I save about 24%, so about a quarter of the money I don't spend. So that's pretty awesome. What else with the banks? Oh, there's some of the banks offer actually really good interest for the time, which is like, oh, 1% versus 10,000x. Which would you rather have? It's like, yeah, I'd rather have the 10,000x. But if we're DCAing and we need some cash as a buffer, you might as well have that grow. Even though it's not really much at all. But if it's free to apply. Why wouldn't you have the better deal? So the one I have is SoFi. SoFi is actually quite good. They have 1.5% interest, but there are others that have better interest. But this has pretty good benefits. I'm sorry, features. Like it's basically accepted everywhere, whereas everything else is kind of like, eh. Um, what else? Yeah, and I keep everything on a spreadsheet just to track it all, because and I also track my crypto. So um, and I'm considering moving to another state because I don't want to pay state tax. And there are 7 states in the United States that don't have state income tax. So yeah, that's
Which
one
one
that's
looks
quite interesting to me.
promising?
Say again?
Which one looks more promising to move to?
South Dakota. It's very cheap there.
Coda. That's where my
Yeah, there.
supervisors.
Yeah, I was thinking. Can't remember which one. It's like Washington State. Um, but like I might. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But it's actually even better to move outside the country though, because there's something called the foreign exclusion income exemption, and if you make like 100,000 or whatever it is outside the United States, it's not taxed as U.S. Like there's no U.S. taxes on that amount. Um, but you might have to pay taxes in your country that you're in. But what if you're not actually like working for a company there? What if you're basically a remote worker? So that might be the best of both worlds. And then, I could, instead of paying around 30% of my money in taxes, I'd spend much less of that in taxes. I would need to incorporate, but it's I'm still looking through all that stuff to try to figure out, the best way and how to not get screwed over. Because a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, we'll talk to you. You just gotta pay us like $500, yeah, to tell you, something you can look up online for free, or if you just read some books." It's like, I'll read the fucking books. I learn more a lot, that way, and I don't have to waste my money.
Yeah, I personally thought about outside the country and with kids and wife. I don't think I'll ever make a full move out. I don't mind having a place outside of the country, but I don't think I could make that jump.
Is it because of the education?
No, my wife came from a different country, and it's not too many more places that are as safe as this place in a sense. The outside noise of the country
I'm
and
going to Japan.
hurricanes. It's like any other place. Like I would like to live in an island, then you deal in hurricanes, and I don't know. Just you're going to be getting up and moving the family. I already deal with fires out in California. Like I don't know.
Were you there in 2018, where like there was so much smoke and everywhere?
In California, I've been here my
Yeah.
whole life.
Well, it was like in San Francisco. There was a fire to the north,
Oh,
and
up
maybe it
north,
wasn't
yeah, it was
2018.
the same.
Yeah, and it was affecting San Francisco, and I don't know, like the city sued like the electric company or whatever the fuck it was, and the city got plenty of money, but the people got nice and screwed like usual.
Yeah. I mean, if the wind picks up a certain, depending on how, Santa Ana winds or anything out here, they start shutting off people's powers in certain areas, depending on how many hills and trees are by. Because they don't want a power line to fall down and start a fire.
What I meant by education was, do you like is the education that your kids get like much better than you think they would get elsewhere, or is it that sort of thing?
To be honest, my kid is in kindergarten, the other one's not even in school yet. So I'm not too worried about it for the little bit of elementary, but I think in like middle school and stuff, I would like for them to be in either like homeschooled or privately tutored in like a private school, but I don't think it matters where I live for that part. There's too many options nowadays. I mean, COVID proved that you can still get a great education. Maybe a little more work from the family, but schools are teaching interesting things that some of us might not like. But I don't even think about that part. That's a whole nother thing. It's just
Be allowed.
living here in San Diego, you feel very safe from the rest of the world, other than taxes and gas prices.
I'm thinking of going to Japan. That's I think that'd be pretty good for me.
Have you
Cypher,
talked to
say something? Go ahead.
Papa about it?
I have a little bit, not much, because I got this job about 4 months ago, and I just talked with the HR person. They're like, "Yeah, it's actually trivial for you to, be a contractor, but we don't sponsor visas." I'm like, "Okay, I have to look into how to do that." And it seems like I can actually sponsor my own visa, so that's pretty interesting if I'm a company.
Yeah.
So even if I lost that job, I would still be able to have my own visa. So that's just one of the nice things. Like, as long as I have like 50K in revenue per year, they're fine.
That's got to be better in China.
No,
No.
Japan, not China.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying Japan's got to be better than China. If you were in China
Oh,
for 3 years, so I don't know. I've never been over there in that side of the world, so it's all completely foreign to me.
the pollution in China is fucking so bad that I believe that's the cause of the highest depression and suicide rate out of any country, per capita. And in addition to the communism,
It's the control of the country.
I don't think so, because
you have
I
no
don't think
option?
I don't think the Soviet Union had that high of a suicide rate. But then again, you never know the real statistics in these communist countries in the first place.
Yeah.
BP were they millions of people. Yeah, you guys, I jumped in halfway in your conversation. I'm just curious how long you guys been in Pulsechain. I've been listening to day one hex basically. I know we didn't start then, but it's been one of those monitors.
I actually heard about Richard before he talked about crypto. So I think it was 2016 or so, and he was wearing that hat. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing wearing that hat? It's so weird. But he was given like these quick 5-minute segments of advice. Say again.
How do you find pre-crypto? What
I mean, the thing is that I search for like kind of interesting people, and the YouTube algorithm finds people who are like similar to the other people I search for. And so I have a pretty good bullshit filter. And like I have a tendency in person to call people out on bullshit. And so it must have seen my preferences and recommended Richard to me. So, I think the first one that I saw of his was, he said, don't get angry at people who, cut you off. It's actually, you're not really going to change them. It's not good for you. It ruins your day. And, just focus on, I think it was focus on things you can control, and focus on things that really matter to you, not someone that's already, screwing up their own life to begin with. I'm like, damn, that's pretty good advice. So, and then I heard about the crypto stuff as well, but I didn't go into it because I need to deploy all of my money to my illness. And I was down to less than $100 3 times over the past 5 years. So, yeah.
I feel you on that one. I'm one of those guys where, like, I was there day one hex, all through the AA. Like, I'm sitting there saying bunga bunga every day of my life, and I'm still like, waiting for that next thing. Didn't quite make it just yet. So there's a lot of us get around, and there's not a lot of vocal people around. Shit happens, man.
Well, I'm not too upset about it, because I ended up actually got into Bitcoin back in 2013, and I heard about Bitcoin in 2010. And so I heard about it in 2010, and I thought the governments would ban it, because I was like, this is going to fuck them up. They're just going to ban it. I might as well. I don't have that much money. I think I had like $1,000. And then in 2013, I was like, all right, this thing's kind of taking off. I think it was like $50 a Bitcoin, and I got 10. and then I made some stupid investments, and I'm like, damn, basically lost it all. I started with like $3,000, and then I ended up with $200. I'm like, fuck, that was stupid. I better be a lot smarter with this. And then I was, and I doubled my money, I think twice. And I'm like, all right, I put in a non-trivial amount, and I got a non-trivial amount out. I'm done. I learned my lesson from last time. So, but in this case, Hex is different. Hex is completely different. Crypto Yeti, how'd you get into the Richard Hart projects?
I heard about Pulsechain from a person that people don't like. Trey Vaughn. He dropped it on. I was paying for one of his paid subscribe because I just waste money for no reason. And he's like, I got this thing called Pulsechain, and I jumped in this room after figuring out that this other Pulsechain that is a medical like research crypto thing wasn't the right one. And there was I don't know, like 2,000-3,000 people maybe in here. Maybe less. I can't even remember. It was in like February, March. But I bought Hex before that a little bit, but knew nothing about it. Learned about it in here. Was wondering who the fuck this RH or Richard guy that everyone kept on talking about. And put it all together from there.
Did you guys sacrifice?
Yeah, day 1, day 5, day 17. I put everything I had into it for sure. Good choice, I think. It's been a year, man, and congrats again. It's been a year. Good job. We held the whole time, right?
It was so difficult.
Yeah, I mean, one of the good things though about the Richard Hart projects is you kind of forget it. I'm like, all right, good, because I don't want to be checking the shit every day. It's very distracting.
It's funny. I've written it off at this point mentally. Has that ever happened in anything ever before? How many people don't even care anymore and have been just working towards getting enough money to buy that dip if it comes? Which I know I have.
Oh, it's gonna come. It's
There's
been
big group of
K Bitcoin.
If it ever goes below 0.0001, like there's so much money waiting. I don't see it actually going that far below that because I just know, you guys know, and we have all these side groups. Everyone knows there's too much money waiting to buy. Like the people, the fudders, they're wrecked already. They're not gonna win. We already won everything. You guys know that's why we're here.
Yeah, just can't wait for the gates to open and see where all the money truly goes from the PulseX and the Pulse and the Hex coins. And once you get your copies and everything, I want to see where everything lands at the end of it all.
Well, you can see people's strategies though on the testnet, or at least where people, are experimenting.
Or are they doing that to fake you out?
Yeah, it could be, but I don't think people are so sophisticated. Thing is that there isn't that much coordination among people, right? So, and you might say, well, someone's trying to fake you out, but I don't think people are thinking like that. It's one of those shelling points.
Just saying that. But people do follow, and if a whale does something, there will be people following. There will be people trying to eat it up and catch it. So this is the thing I've been waiting for over a year now, man, to see this breakout happen, and the horses are off to the races, and just see where everyone lands. This is the most exciting part to me. I could care less about the gains at that point. I just want to see where everyone goes, see how right or wrong we were for the last year, because we're definitely wrong about the SAC and it pumping at the end and this and that. And people saying it's going to 2 cents, it's not doing this, it's doing that. Well, everyone's been wrong. So I just want to see.
I don't know if it's because I'm so jaded this bull market, But I didn't like I lost a shit ton. I sold at the top. I sold most of everything at the top, so I knew it was coming, so maybe that's why. But I didn't feel none of this negativity, and I don't feel like the space felt too much loss either. Even though they've lost so much, people have gained so much. And how many of us left? Like Richard says, how many more billionaires do you want to buy the top? I think we've exhausted everything at this point. And we know that. And look like we're in a precarious situation trying to build this next system. Well, yeah, we don't Richard said, yeah, we have competitors. He might have admitted to it, but we don't have competitors. None of those people will ever be the intellectual power that we have built here. So people are just waiting. You know, all the side channels. I hope you do it anyway. But like everybody that has been here from the start, other than a few outliers and a few emotionalists, that we're still here. We're waiting. We're waiting to build on Pulsechain. Fuck, man.
Those
It's
emotional
gonna
ones bring humor to my life, though.
It's been fun. Fuck. After so long, it's so boring. Even now, I get jaded over things. I was looking at Supo Man. I'm looking at fucking what's his fucking name? I can't even fucking remember his name. The other one is dressing up like Richard. I don't even care. The one with the stupid dog that somehow bought his way into being a crypto influencer. We're trying to. How many people are we trying to save from that group from, let's say, 2016 BitConnect to BitBoys fucking nonsense? How many people do we gotta save? Roughly.
Well, they're not going to learn their lesson until they get wrecked. So you just want to be one of those people there that hopefully you're in the back of their mind. And then, hey, remember that that guy, that Pulsechain or whatever? Oh yeah, let's go talk to him. What happened? Well, this is what happened.
Yeah, we're getting there. Like I've been watching. Most people do know about it. I have personally harassed let's just say every community that matters for many, many, many months, relentlessly. And
Do you know who Matthew
I
Crowder
may have
is?
who
Matthew Crowder.
slightly. What's that again?
So he has a YouTube channel that has, I think, 150,000 subscribers, and he's a Bitcoin maximalist. And I'm like, that'd be interesting if Richard actually interviewed this guy. And I heard that Richard was saying at the what do you call it, the Pulsechain conference, I need better people to interview, and I've been trying to get Matthew Crowder, to have an interview with Richard. And it hasn't occurred yet. He's actually still responding to my emails, but every once in a while, when Bitcoin, goes to shit or something crazy happens, I'm emailing him.
You said he did respond, so you got his ear.
No, he has been responding to my emails, but he hasn't agreed to debate Richard.
Well,
so just wait.
Yeah, debate. Let's not do debate. Let's do controlled questions. Everyone can agree to that, and the right things to be said at the right time. All we're ever trying to do is get exposure to their people anyway. We are going to take over. We are going to use Pulsechain in a libertarian way to solve some of these problems that we need solving. A lot of shit is spoken about, and the government freaked out, and a lot of crazy shit happened over the last few years. So some attribute to like what we've been accomplishing here, but all they got to do is print another $1 million, jam it into the blockchain, and then we're fucked. Nobody can transact. I personally haven't used it forever because it became unused. Literally, like why would you? You can't even play around. Everything died. Literally everything died. That wasn't adoption. And I know people have ETH on their phones and blah blah blah, but they don't want that's the freedom what is any clones of the tech which you guys looked into it?
Cypher, you're coming in and out.
Oh shit!
Could you?
So here, we finished with the ETH. What do you guys think about how ETH started? Like, you guys, how free do we even think ETH is? And I know we're forking some of it and whatnot, but didn't
so
you guys
I think what you're referring
whiteboard?
to is like the
Yeah.
like Novogratz like investment and Vitalik selling and that sort of thing. Yeah, who knows though? I mean, it's not really. I don't know. You mentioned earlier that you want people to build on Pulsechain, and we're losing a bunch of our freedoms, etc. But the issue is that a store of value and replacing the monetary system and all that other stuff, that's nice, but that's a necessary but insufficient condition in order for people to actually have their freedoms back. And part of the condition to have their freedoms back is that they actually want them back. And many people are just so complicit with the way things are, and they're not really willing to do anything to fight for freedom or to create communities or whatever. So this is why I've been actually saying for a while that crypto is one part, but you need actually three other parts. One is
Right.
housing, another is healthcare, and the third is education. And if you can actually solve those, in that you can provide it, that gets better and better as time goes on, that actually people are healthy and they're smart and they're thoughtful and they're educated, etc. And they have a place that doesn't screw up their health, like in terms of where they live and other externalities that all sorts of noise and pollution and everything else like that.
So
Then you would actually have a lot of advancement in society. But
Mhm.
you're right that the transactions,
not
like
even
half
hard.
of every transaction is money. So that's a really good place to start.
We're fighting people that obviously don't care. They care about other things. We know where we've come from, and we know where we are now, and the people of old have the power. And there's this weird transition that we have to. So we're going to create stuff for the public in the future to be able to access and use. Create every system and everything on Pulse. Is that no, it's not, because the powers that be, they don't want
You're coming
that.
in and out again.
Here, I'll come back in. I'll let you.
I was finished with my point. Crypto Yeti, you want to say anything?
Sorry, I'm at work. I was doing something. I didn't catch most of that.
No worries.
Anytime I'm in any chat on the weekend, I'm working. I just in between patients.
Have you ever read any SPECT scans before?
No, I'm not a radiologist. I'm a tech.
What's the difference?
The radiologist is the doctor who reads the exams, and the tech are the ones that perform the exams.
Ah, okay, interesting.
Yeah, you'll very, very rarely see a radiologist doing an exam, and if he is, it's most likely an injection, and that's the only part. They're paid very highly to sit in a room and look at a screen and read as many exams as possible. That's where they make their money.
Yeah, I've heard that they make like $600K a year or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, to become a radiologist, you become a MD, or I guess you can be a DO also, but you become a doctor, and then you go to 4 years of radiology school and learn how to read all of it.
You mean the MD program doesn't actually teach you that stuff?
No, you got to become a doctor and then go. Same thing with anesthesiology. That's why those are the top 2 doctors to be, a radiologist. But they're also the anesthesiologists, but they're also some of the most sued doctors.
Right, they must have huge malpractice insurance. But
Yes,
hold on,
exactly.
when you say additional 4 years, are you talking about fellowship?
I've never really looked at the structure. We didn't really go into it, but no, it's like schooling, and then also I don't know if it's combined of just education and doing a residency or anything like that. But I do know they go to 4 more years just to get that radiology license. 4 more years of something. I want to say it's all schooling.
They need an additional license on top of the doctor license?
To become a radiologist, yeah, same thing with a car. I mean, you become a medical doctor, and then you want to be a surgeon. You got to go to a year or 2 of surgery stuff. Sometimes you can do it in between, but yeah. Want to be a general doctor? Yeah, general doctor. You're a slave to a company and your patients. If you're
Plus,
actually going to take the time to become a doctor, bare minimum, do surgery. You can create your own life. But
wait, what do you mean you can create your
I
own
would
life?
never recommend anyone to become a doctor.
Yeah, I have the same opinion.
Too much responsibility, and you go on vacation, people think that you're the only person that they see, and yeah, they're like, what? He got sick? But I'm here to see him. And yeah, it's nonstop. Weekends, days, you're a surgeon, and you got to go in, and after your surgery the next day, whether it's a weekend or holiday, go check in, make sure they're still good, and or pay someone to do that. It's too much responsibility for the amount of money you're getting paid.
And plus, you have like $250,000 at least in student loans, so that's the real shackle. You know, you
Yeah,
get in, you can't really get out.
starting my mobile radiology business, I found out when talking to some financial people that a doctor can get a loan with 0 interest, basically endless amount, no questions asked, just written. Just like they're one of the professions, I think them maybe lawyers too, but doctors, if they have that license, any bank can just hand them money pretty much because they know that they can generate a lot of money, I guess.
How did you get into your position? How much more work would you have had to have done to get into that position?
To get what position? A doctor?
Yeah, like how easy?
It's
How
completely
much do you
different.
get there? So different. You probably need like 8 years, from what I'm hearing you say. At least 8
Yeah,
years.
8
You
years
need a
just to
doctor
become
and a radiologist.
8 to 10 years usually,
That's
depending on the
crazy.
path.
Well, hold on. He's asking. I think he's asking how much time and effort and etc. did you have to put in to become a tech?
Yeah, that too.
It's different routes. Same thing with the radiologist. I mean, if you want to take a fast track and if you can get into the program, join the Navy. You can become an X-ray tech in 6 months.
I mean, you could be taught anything in 2 weeks if you're
Yeah,
smart.
exactly.
No, come on.
Not specialized stuff,
That's
but to recognize
you can't be
good
taught
stuff.
anything in 2 weeks. Like anything to
I
become an
could teach
expert.
you how to do my job in
Not
2 weeks to a certain
could.
extent.
You could. It's like
How to
on
do the
job
technical
training
parts
with
and stuff.
experts.
But
Like I've jumped a lot of stuff, man. With the person that could teach you, it's not everything. It seems. I'm not trying to be egotistical. It seems easy. Some people might not be able to. Like a lot of stuff, it's so interesting. You can jump in so much to fucking learn. Yeah, to become an expert, it's crazy.
I think a lot of carpenters and mechanics could easily become surgeons. It's very identical when you're in the surgery room. It's just a little bit cleaner. But yeah, if you wanted to, I mean, the best way, the most techs are put out by the Navy, the U.S. Navy. They have programs you can get in. Now there's like a little bit of like prerequisites in the sense that you have to like serve like 3 years before they'll let you into the program, because too many people were getting the program, and then they found out that their class of whatever their E9s or something, when they get out of that program, and they can get paid more in a hospital, and they would leave, and the Navy couldn't hold on to them. So they actually produced the majority of the techs out in the United States.
Awesome.
And then the same thing for the radiology program. It's a pretty fast pace. You can learn, go, but any other way, you can go get your MD and then do your specialty in radiology. And I think surgeons do like a 2-year residency for their specialty.
All right, I'm
Or
gonna get going. So hopefully, like that banking stuff, will be useful for people.
I'm sure it's going to help out quite a few. Thank you again, Max.
Yep. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Hey, thanks, Max. I was listening to you a bit.
I didn't quite get that, Cypher. Could you move closer to the microphone?
You got me thinking I gotta reset my whole Wi-Fi structure. I'm gonna have to set up some new stuff. I'm just lagging out, I guess. Next time, bro.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What do you mean?
No, dude, I'm just standing outside my house. You can't hear me. My whole house is blocking my Wi-Fi completely out. Anyway, peace out, bro.
Makes sense. Okay. Yep.
Cypher from Canada,
You can hear.
Just the way you said house or home or something. I was like, hold on.
Oh, how?
I hear an accent.
Hey, what? Yeah, I'm from fucking Atlantic, Canada. So yeah, you can hear it. I'm not an ex. I can't hear dialects like that. I can't hear those. I hear Boston. Hear all these other ones. I guess we're one of those ones where people can just hear it.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a California thing or just me, but I've always been obsessed with accents. I mean, my wife's from a different country. Going on cruises, I was always trying to guess on where people were from by the way they'd speak. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of interesting to me. I've always been fascinated with it and jealous that I didn't have one that I like. Like, I get jealous when I hear some English people and the way they pronounce some words.
I know. I mean, even my own brother. It's to me that he met a. This is her. So this is what. But she said that she had a brain, like something happened to her where speaking British, like all over, always try to do fake British. So he's meeting this girl and he's going, oh, like as a joke or something. And she's like, oh, but actually, I got this thing where like I'm stuck in. Fully understand that. Really weird. How does that?
Well,
it makes me kind of try to. The only thing that I really added, I could cross the thing that I read about that one guy that said he got the heart transplant from me or whatever. He all the experience, like he and the want to go like hiking that shit, and so like the theory is in the set contains everything. So just that one heart transplant, everything to.
yeah, there's been some things with a lot of different organ transplants, and I don't know if it's just the human mind trying to figure out similarities and this and that. But yeah, there's a bunch of people that started liking certain foods after like kidneys and liver transplants and things like that, and that they'd never eaten before. And sometimes people pick up like allergies and stuff from organ transplants, and
So similar, very similar. It's
yeah,
weird.
it's interesting.
We're trying to figure out what's going on. back to Pulsechain, man. Like you're a one pulsar.
Just waiting the devs.
You're waiting. Everyone's waiting. There's a lot of us waiting. I'm in the 7 to 9,000 range in the day one sacks or combined. So
I'm
I
just
mean,
waiting.
a lot of people, but that's not that many people.
I'm not technically waiting for Pulsechain to come out because I personally am not going to be moving anything around other than like purchasing things if they dip certain levels. But
Right. The only thing Papa has made me want to do is actually. So I got everything good, but with a passphrase that I keep either in my head or written down somewhere else that choose the security level. Because even if someone computer hacks the network, can they do one more word? I guess. How many words? 24 words. 24 is pretty good. That's trillions of years. But do people even talk about the capabilities of the new quantum computers anymore? Because I'd be listening every day. It's come up chats either. I mean, we did talk about it at the beginning, but now I'm hearing this country's got capabilities that are going to blow our minds, and so we've dealt with things before. I've heard their statement. What we're going to just change the algorithm if it came back, if a quantum computer hits us hard. I mean, is that what do you think?
I don't know shit about quantum computers.
Well, just like 800 transactions, and then it can just wipe out your path if you don't have it beyond. So, well, I'm going to say 7, 8, 16 words at their computing speed before quantum computers. They could do. It would take time to do anything beyond that. But so, what can I'm not an expert at it. I'm just putting it there. We obviously ain't that.
Well, if it becomes an issue, I'm sure they're going to come up with something else because it's not just one person that would have the issue of a quantum computer attacking them. It would be everyone. And I guess if the government wanted to shut down crypto, that'd be one way.
Are we going to comply? Or are we better?
Do you have a choice if you took everything?
Do we have a free choice? Because if we have a free choice, then we expect the people would win. Because the moral decision would win. People, even now, even in everyone's state, after all this shit, this is the better choice. And are we allowed to do that? I'm gonna try to subvert no government. I don't give a fuck about military power. Right? The game tries to be started to change everything. It's like from grassroots. We're gonna be different. Why? Paul Richards lead start another country.
So guys, what are your thoughts about Richard's latest tweet regarding HEX? The one who doesn't buy, will probably dead or something.
Well, dude, if you ain't gonna buy HEX, you might die. HEX? You're not gonna sit there and put HEX to you die. Used to get these these chain emails, and it's like if you don't send this to 10 people, there's gonna die. Send the buy and we since then, yes, or your mom might die.
I mean, like people like I don't understand what people are complaining about. The whole market's down. Like, you think Hex is going to hit an all-time high during this time? I mean,
those people don't matter. They're just voices.
everything's going to move sideways, and if not, go down for the next 16, 18 months.
I mean, no, we're winning. And the
I can't even touch my coins. They're locked up, and not even created yet. And some others are locked up. And
the sacrifice phase.
I've already sold the bottom. I need to buy the top now.
No, what we all need to do is not care about our sacrifice, and everybody just get more money in an awesome new way, and everyone bring that back to the table in a way where we just bring all that money back into Pulse liquid buy orders on decentralized exchanges. If we do that, no force in this world will stop us in the next several years. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. I'm pretty sure everyone already knows that. Right? That's why we're here. A lot of people are taking the summer off now. There's no point changing certain things. But if you don't have a hardware wallet, you're fucking up. If you're not like wholly committed to products, you have $30, $400 turned a lot of people into self-sufficient people. And there's a few selfish people. Then fuck them. We immediately counter them. We always do. Everybody, I can just because I know
there hasn't been anything immediate in the last 150, 300 days, man.
We went up too high, like all the liquidity, or man, you're up that high. Look at the percentages.
Okay, so the narrative that Richard's been using for a very long time is, we take 95% dips and then we hit a new all-time high. So when's this next new time high that we're going to see within the next year?
No wait.
Or is it going to be a drought for 2 years until the crypto market recovers? Is it really correlated or decorrelated from Bitcoin and the rest of the market?
I mean, it's crazy to think that, like, if you really think about it, he did us a favor. Like, he did it because he loves us, that anyone could see the vision. We, for all of you people that just take it on faith. But then I'm going to admit that everybody just disappeared. And I'm still listening, and not many people are going to hear the message. Not one of those ones that just puts it out there, but you love Richard Hart. You love his shit. He has money. He has to do up. Like, just with separate wallets, it doesn't matter. There's no argument that could be had of any scam or anything. He has saved everybody that was in that. I'm like, dude, I didn't even put that much in, and I'm saved. I don't know what to tell you, but I was able to wash it away, laughing at everyone because of it, and that's all I really have, dude. And so he's not here to.
Yeah, you might have recognized being saved and whatnot, but how many people jumped into Hex for Pulsechain and are completely down at the moment? Yeah. I'm not one of these people. I'm just saying, this is just what's going on. When is he going to be able to tell these new onboard Hexicans that they have hit a new all-time high after the 95%, 85% dip?
Bro, stay with it.
I mean, there were so many within the last 2 years before this.
Stay with it, man. I'm a dude. For me,
I'm not saying I'm going anywhere. I'm just saying, do you really think it's going to hit a new all-time high during the bear market?
100%. Not during the bear market, no.
It's supposed to not be correlated to Bitcoin. It's supposed to hit new all-time highs after it does 85%.
There's correlation.
It done it 10 times, 12 times in 2 years, but it's not going to do it again for 2 years.
All those people, both only like me, maybe like the people that are only in crypto. Like I'm thing other. I'm a psychopath. Like I'm putting 10 grand into fucking Pulsechain Sac day one. That's it. I'm hoping for the best, and all I'm gonna do is keep buying until it goes up. It was in day one, it saved me. I was living in my, and it went up, and it was on every was a scam. Richard shit, it was literally the best joke. The support audit, he fucking saved all of us, even the idiot. But dude, I'm an idiot. I was. It's so quiet.
Yeah,
and I
there's
made a lot.
idiots that were
because
saved by
of him.
Shiba and are still up 18 million%.
Some people are lucky as fuck, but Shiba.
So I mean, there's a lot of people that have been
devs were
saved by a lot of coins financially,
Yeah,
and
but they weren't. They weren't.
blind.
They weren't. They then became and did some TikTok thing. Right. Like they Richard every day or with 8-hour streams. He watch all his shit. It's apparent. He said it, and we were all there. Crypto, all of us. Crypto is the people that with keep going with the what crypto is supposed to be. Richard Hart and all of this is the last bastion of hope. This isn't a question. This is all we have. And saying this shit out loud with an un-VPN mobile phone targets me for saying this out loud. This is why people don't sit here and say this shit out loud. Because if governments and big military, and this is the last one. Everything else is garbage. This is it. So we have to be super transparent and become everything that everything needs to happen. This is probably their intention from the start. But all the intelligence is in Pulsechain and Hex and Richard Hart. And there is no other project. There's no editor. There's however EVM. They're all fucking faggots. I'm sorry. I knew to say that, but I said it anyway. They suck. They're here to drain everyone's soul. And that's it. Remove it. Launch is almost time to put the power into Pulse.
Yeah, I'd have to disagree with you on that, but yeah, I hear you.
Well, which one?
Just
Editor
general
Pulse.
that this is the only good thing in crypto. Let
What
alone
else
you're
is there?
expecting Pulsechain with a bunch of free airdrops and a bunch of adoption to happen. You're
The
just
airdrops don't matter. The
all the
airdrops
other
don't matter. That's only incentive to
Aw,
bring
man.
people in.
yeah.
The airdrops only have liquidity if adoption occurs.
Okay, but you need projects to adopt for there to be an ecosystem, my friend.
No, listen.
Why else would he want the airdrops? Is to drive people to come over to the chain. You got to keep them there.
Yep, but they come, and they're going to learn that they can create the liquidity pairs. The people in their communities are going to create those, and those are the only ones that are going to thrive because people go to the exchanges with the best liquidity. When the AMM acts, Pulsechain launches. It's happening. Everybody's going to find out about their copies, and there's going to be that doesn't. The whole thing about Pulsechain is that it's going to change the face of crypto because we're not idiots. That everything else fucks around, and you blockchain. You can't use anything.
I sure hope
that's
it
going
does
to happen
that
very
way.
soon. It's gonna
It's
come.
going to take a lot of time.
It's
It's already
I
taken a
hope it's
year for the coins to be
hope-
released from Sacrifice, man.
dude. I'm
You're
bouncing.
getting ahead of
I'm
yourself.
for it to be tomorrow.
Baby steps.
Oh, I want it to be. Day.
So you can
I
look at
hate
it.
it.
You can look
I
at it,
hate
hold
it.
on to it for some longer.
Selling, you asshole, Richard.
I wonder how many people are so upset they're just going to sell at like a 2 or 4x right when they get it. Like, I don't care. I want to buy this other stuff that's down right now.
Still, isn't it? This is it. This is it for me. I've already lost $1 million every time I sold, so I'm never selling again. And that's what Pulsechain is. That's what HEX. That's what Richard has taught me. I mean, I don't give a fuck what happens. All I know is we fight together. We're gonna win. And there's a lot of fighting to be had. There's a lot of shit to do. And if we fight the fight, we are all in trouble. Are we gonna?
I recommend some profits and recognizing your sacrifices.
The make really good money. I'm just gonna
No,
wait
I'm
for
just
airdrops.
sacrificing, waiting year after year after year to your pockets to increase, and never to sell and use it would be stupid. You got to sell at some point. I mean, how's Richard eating that caviar?
Get a sell at some point. $100 an hour.
So what do? This is the question I've been asking people today. We're all sitting here waiting for the next bull run. What are you waiting for the next bull run for if you didn't sell?
I did sell it.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying the majority of people that are saying, don't sell, don't sell. I'm never selling. And why are they waiting for the next bull run if they're never going to sell? Like, shouldn't you sell during that bull run and then wait for the bear run to come back in? I mean, Richard stated it multiple times. He said it on the last Pulsechain thing when he was talking to the Google dude. He was like, "Oh, you sold the 30. I hope you didn't get wrecked and you bought back in." Yeah, that's how you play the game of crypto. You know, hold through a bear or bull run and not better your positions with free money in a sense, instead of bringing in, and then you continue bringing in new capital still.
Yeah, it would be if like we need to lead the charge. Like a lot of people are fraying to the evil side. They want to sell. They're gonna bend to their emotions. I mean, look what we've gone through. People might not see the light at the tunnel. They might not see the left and the right pendulum swings. I'm comfortable in waiting. A lot of people are not, and so this is the time. You can feel it. We're going up. We're going back up. We're fixing shit. Everything's good now. We're gonna fix.
There was
everything's gonna be
about
for a
6
while.
weeks. 6 weeks for you to sell for 35 cents or more, and you could have bought it 3 or 4 cents right now, and claimed a bunch of money in your pocket to either use on real life or to invest into other things or reinvest back into the coin you did. But you decided to lock it up for 10, 15 years and you didn't have a chance to gain that. And I'm pretty sure the gains on your bag are bigger than the interest. And also the quality of life and the less stress is probably going to cause less cancer, which is in turn going to make you live longer.
Cancer. So, I mean, every HEX sell should come with a disclaimer. Please drink like your apple cider vinegar and you take your certain chemicals, because selling is going to stress you and you're going to need this. We could get to a point where that could be real, a realism. We're in the Neanderthal ages of crypto. There's nothing. We got to launch.
Schedule this one too. Yeah, on it today.
When we launch, are they going to allow us enough time to build these things, disrupt society, without just saying, let's print $1 trillion and pump it into this so nobody can use it? What do we do then? What's the point? I always knew if I make a bunch of money. Oh yeah, do your. Please sit here and let me scan you with this device thing. guys. Who else is on? I'm currently being dusted by a huge plane above me. Does it know anything about chemtrails?
I'm sure that someone will tell you now that this is not related to Pulse.
No, Pulsechain. I mean, it's going to launch soon, isn't it? We want everyone that's alive currently that has sacrificed the Pulse to stay alive, right? So, I mean, I'm just giving them knowledge so that they can take the right compounds to offset the problems from the aerosol spray. That's pulse related. And I posted in Stripe too. I'm hanging out here. I have a vow, and I'm staying here until 10,000 X pulse. I don't care what that fuck is. This chat will never go to zero, and I will be here to make sure it doesn't. We're gonna start a sticker campaign. We're gonna get everything together that we can get. There's a couple stickers already. Maybe we just co-opt all that shit and use, and someone will do the cities, make a sticker pack, boom, and then we're gonna take the stickers and we're gonna make HD ones. We'll print them out and we're gonna assign cities to everybody, and we're gonna go boom, Halifax, boom, New York, boom, California, where every city within a 15 to 25, 50 kilometer radius, whatever we raise the fund for, we'll do, and we will post every single poll everywhere. Staple guns, staples, how to buy Pulsechain, QR code, blah, blah, blah. Let's fucking go.
Sounds too good to be true.
Not even hard. Let's fucking just do it. I'm here to make sure it happens. We're gonna do it. And the other day I saw a sticker. There was a bunch of HD stickers I saw recently. So all we got to do is get everyone to bring those together. And my my fucking computer just zonked out, so I'm just buying a new one. I'm gonna have to do a recovery. I'll take a couple of days, probably a couple of weeks, because I'm lazy as fuck. But I seen the sticker packs. It's not even hard. I'll find it on my phone. I don't even care. Because after what I saw yesterday, I heard some mannerism from Richard, devs, I shouldn't have said may half, la la la. He's just fucking around. That's all bullshit. We're waiting for certain macro events to happen.
We can do something else. We can airdrop some newbies with some pools if they stick a lot of stickers and they like make a photo or something and post it on the social media.
I've seen a lot of different things you can get you could use, and people do all this shit just to get like 5. Let's implement. Nobody's done that yet. I think a lot of the OGs have gone on to more. We could actually do that stuff now. I think now started. I mean, like the people that are gonna do this.
Hello, Yeti. Long time no see.
Do they think everybody's not coming back?
Are you referring to the people here in the main chat, in the audio chat?
Adrian, you've been here forever too, man. I don't know, man. It's a weird time. Money, like just buying shit. It's like everything costs so much. Nobody gives a fuck when money isn't pumping in. We don't need to capture the whole next bull run, but man, do we understand how it works now? Things aren't ready on Pulse yet until mainnet launches. If we're gonna wait for the macro bottom to launch, let's just say, because in reality, as soon as Pulsechain launches, that will be the bottom. Nothing will ever be the same. That will be the bottom. But fuck buying Bitcoin. I'm trying to tell people today, oh, you didn't make money on Bitcoin? Well, that means it doesn't mean anything. I was like, dude, you weren't listening in the first place, you shithead. Like, NPCs will never be convinced. I know this now. Only the ones that can see past the veil have a chance. Take the chance. Make as much money as you can now, like I'm doing. Have lots of money ready to buy that dip if it ever comes. Fuck you for ever selling past my sacrifice point. But I'm buying. No one will ever fucking destroy us. Everyone buy as much as you can when that shit dips. Even slightly. Pulsechain, HEX, and Richard Hart. This is why we're here. People have come and they have gone. There's been a lot of conversations. And I see very few people from the past until now. At the very end, even our most loved people were questioning how fear. Nobody shall ever question Richard. He will be our leader into the future.
I'm quite sure that you had a couple of drinks before.
Yeah. 7 drinks going. But bro, I have listened to this chat every day since Pulsechain launch, and everybody's gone.
Yeah, they're on little side channels chasing the golden goose.
I don't like that.
I
took
see
me a
no
few-
logic behind that. They sacrificed, they helped here with adoption while others were sacrificing, so at the same level with them. And after
Yeah.
that, they jumped and start shilling third parties in little channels.
All of them did. I fucking saw Mandalorian shit. I saw their new stupid coin. I saw all that shit. I was like, bro, no. That's not why we are here. No. And fuck PRC police bullshit. Fuck all that shit. Everyone needs to come back in here today and renounce their bullshit. I know things are hard. Bro, I lived in my fucking car for the last 4 or 5 years. Like, fuck off with your selling out bullshit. In our own chat. Something that doesn't even matter. We are here to, like, bolster each other. for poor fuckers. They've only put in so much. These fuckers, man. I'm watching it. Dude, I don't like it. Where are they? Come back. Like everyone's split up now. Okay, great. I have seen that death thrall in every community since the end of time. Oh, great. Everyone's gone now. Super.
Man,
They'll come
you
back.
you talk like Richard Hart now.
I love Richard. He says everything I think and feel. He's the best. The fuck. I miss his 8-hour streams, bro. My girl the other day was so mad. I was like, bro, Richard's coming on tonight, and I made her to listen to an hour and 20 minutes of those idiots talk nothing. And she's like, oh yeah, this is real great. I'm like, yeah, they're stupid, man. Like, come on, guys. I thought our quality was better. We could do better.
Yes,
It doesn't
I
even.
totally agree with you. I have to pop out of the chat to drive in a few hours, but I totally agree with you.
Adrian, man, I mean, we've been here this whole time. That was fucked. Like, things could be way better. I mean, what's his name? All in, Matty All in. Thank God for him. If it wasn't for him, things would have been a shit show. Things are going to be better in the future, man. I tell you what. The system really held a lot of people down. There's not much we can do right now. Everyone's like, fucking man, I don't got a handle on shit. We're just surviving. And so we love Richard Hart. We love fucking Rick Ham. Fuck these people, man. We're about to build something awesome, and these people want to support us. Right? We're gonna do good. Get out of here, man. Do your thing. I'm gonna be around, man, because I finally got like 3 or 4 mics, and I'm always gonna be on now. So, talking to you, brother.
Nice. See you guys.
Bro, yes, he's right. I drank a bunch of alcohol. I'm shy. You can't hold that against me. You ain't my mother.
Did I said anything?
No, no, you did not. Hey, no, I usually don't drink so much. Right now, I'm in the zone. We got hot weather where I'm at. It's a good time, man.
I just mentioned it because it was noticeable.
Yeah, no, you're right. You got it down. But I can't talk unless I drink a few. So usually I'm just listening, and I don't have much to say. Really.
Have you read the book Little Prince?
No, go ahead. What is it about?
No, it's there was this little guy was traveling around different planets and seeing the different things happening on each of those planets. And on one of those planets, there was the only one was an alcoholic. He was just drinking all the time.
Okay.
And he's asking him, "Why do you drink?" He's like, "Because I want to forget." What do you want to forget? I want to forget that I'm drinking. He answered. So just a funny one. No. I'm having a beer myself. It's just nice to listen to all of this. Honestly, I think that to go all in on anything is a bit crazy, especially nowadays. But I do have some chunk of my portfolio sacrificed for Pulse. So for me, it's more as we'll see what happens. I like to put a couple of bucks here and there. So
I mean, so what would you say? $100, $1,000 into day one? What level are you at?
Yeah-ish.
I put 9,000 into day one, basically. So
I think I had half of that between the
bro,
PulseX
hey,
and
dude, half of that, you are a god among men, bro. You don't even have to worry. You don't have to worry about nothing. You're gonna be like super rich. Like, don't fucking sell.
we'll see. The
Dude,
time will show.
You will not want for anything at this point. You put half of what I just put in. No,
All we can do
There's
is
no-
to wait, right? And that's
the time frame might matter. Hey, but I tell you what, I had nothing, bro. My own company, right? I'm not vaxxed, right? Let me work.
me neither.
They
Me neither.
Yeah.
They
Good,
can.
you're gonna live.
I never will.
So sure, me, else, we want to all be together and survive. We're gonna do this. We're gonna create. I don't know. Is it gonna be called? But it's coming. Richard wants it now. But everything, like, we're not getting nukes. Like, doesn't matter. Russia will just destroy Ukraine like the weak fuckers they are, and we'll move on from it. The media plebs are stupid. Like, okay, tell me next thing is gonna be. Right now we're at the Ukraine-Russia war plus a bunch of faggots. So what's the next thing? It's got to be something. If anyone could say what that is, you would be super rich, because you just think about what to do. You deploy money, you'd be rich. The current gonna keep going. That's stupid. Thing that's about to come next, based on everything that's been going on, and there's like what I'm gonna look. There's a couple of you listening. You're in a position to make a bunch of money. Yeah. So I mean, McAfee, he lives
What
in you guys.
What is rich for you? What's rich?
Money to say fuck you to everything forever. Just enough money to say fuck squalor, but to be able to say fuck.
Money comes and money goes. You know, the
Yeah,
more you'll have it, the more you'll spend it. Pretty much,
Yeah.
unless you have that mindset in a place.
want a bunch of money. Yeah, just enough. I'm gonna do it this way instead. And so at that level would be rich. Just enough. Not
Good luck to you.
I don't need too much. I got nothing, man. I got nothing to base it on. It starts from like zero. To me, is just enough, and just enough. That's great. You have enough money to be able to buy something you want. That's beyond me, to be honest. Okay. I've been a Hexakin since day one. I FOMO'd in day one, idiot, and I held until just before the 10,000x. I sold, bought a bunch of crap. It's different. It's different. That's a different kind of beast. We didn't mean to do this. Here we are. People are here, and you're here to talk because the people that used to come here and they used to talk about hardware wallet security. You fucking idiot. You have your hex stake on a MetaMask one address. Like, too many people. That's sickening. And even now, it's it's hard because how many people had to lose their money? That shit. It didn't start from day one. They're fucked. They sacrifice from wallets that they don't own. Too many. We got a lot of work ahead of us, guys. It sucks. That Richard said he has a wallet team going. But I just hope that ready that code into a device that can be sold. Pulse. and with that's the one that happened. We got to get everyone on the same page, being secure as they need to be. Crazy years. People are gonna lose money. And everybody that knows and did it right and is gonna hold through all this, they're gonna be rich. Gonna be rich. You're gonna make a lot of zeros on whatever you put in. There was only and nobody's gonna sell for pennies. If anything, have jobs and have lives of our time upgrading each other, then we can make more and more money. And we just the smartest of the smartest. It's easy to think about what has happened on the level. Like, wait for fucking mainnet to launch. I wish I could take a bet. Go ahead and short Pulse. No. John McAfee will be proud of what we do. Good.
Hello guys, is this a live call or it was initiated by mistake? If it was initiated by mistake, please admin just end the call. It's or is there a meeting coming up soon? Been here for a while.
All right, old Krakow Bureau. Elmeyer, I see you in the chat. Brother, summertime, where I'm at. Everybody else is busy. What are we going to do? Are we getting drunk? Are we doing mushrooms? Buying Paul? What are we fucking doing? Bro, crack your beer and open your mic up. Let's fucking go. Papa, everybody, they're gone, man. They're all gone. They're gone doing something else. Let's go, bros. Wake up. Go buy your $40 headset mic. Let's fucking go. You hear the call of the wild, son. And waiting for this day. Let's fucking go. I'm here. I'm here for you, baby. Let's go. Get your here. I'll be here. I'll be here. Send me a message. Bro, I said go get my now. Right now.
What are you talking about, Cypher?
Yo, buddy. I'm
Yo, are you
waiting for
alright?
these guys with no get their. A lot of people have gone. So
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a few of us
You,
left.
you
Let's
are the
make
only
it.
one talking.
It's just me. Yeah. Oh, I'm like, let's do it. I'm gonna.
Are you alright?
Oh, I'm good. So good.
Yeah,
I got
good.
my crypto watching it. We're living it.
Well, that's right. That's cool. So you're talking about Richie. I've been listening to you since like you're talking about being rich.
We put it in enough money. I mean, I don't, and I can wait at this point. Waiting this long has taught me the ability to wait, and it doesn't matter if it launches now. And so I've come to the realization that everybody else that has done this, they feel the same. We've all survived. Either way, that or you died. How could you survive more than what we've had to deal with? It could get worse, but I did. So I don't care about the money I've spent.
You just have to keep pushing.
Yeah, I've been working these jobs, just giving up, and I wonder how many people are doing the same thing because the faith is there. We're gonna do this.
Sure. We have no choice than to do it.
Sure, we have no choice. We are suckered into doing it, but we're and what are the alternatives? They're garbage. Peter is, and so are his followers. And I wait for him to call for the day for us to attack. He has reformed his ways. That's too bad. That's okay. The warriors and the generals are waiting. Wait till we take over, and things will be better.
Sure.
It will. I mean, they'll have to kill us all and throw us. And a lot of people just care about a few bucks. I don't care about money. There's a few of us that are going to change the zeitgeist of what is politics. And I've been listening. Papa taught me how to do shit right. You ain't gonna follow what Papa said. You are fucking doomed. I was an idiot. Fucking God bless him. And now, ciphered up is a battle, button fucking dues and several amounts, and nobody could do anything. We gotta get everybody at that level. Everybody should act such a way, or everything will just destroy. You want to live? You want to be here for 6 million X? You don't want to care about this sort of stuff. If you just want a few extras, get out, build your nuke bunker, and waste my money. You're gonna make that don't matter. Money don't matter. Making money doesn't matter. Being able to do something. We're gonna get there, man.
So we're getting there already.
Pulsechain launched, a few X's happened. A lot of people are gonna sucker a lot of idiots into getting them. So that's when the true magic will happen. There's no other chance. It's really sad, and I hope that Richard has taken enough precautions to protect himself. He may not actually understand what he's doing. I mean, what do we want to do? I mean, the message to me has been to change shit for the better. If the powers that be lazy and maybe they just want us to just they just take the reins later, gives a fuck, give us a bunch of money, everyone's dancing. Something's gonna happen. You feel it. You can't deny it at this point. Compulsion is literally the only option to do anything of those good things. So everybody is a fucking scam artist and puts lives, and from this moment on, all that happens.
Yeah,
I refuse.
everybody just trying to survive.
There's not that many people left that could survive such a barrage of situations. You and me both, buddy. The deploy still good, and bro, I'm not doing good. The tax authorities want me hired. They just want all my money. It is what it is. There's very few of us left that are doing anything. Can do anything. This is real bad, bro. Pulsechain is gonna launch soon. The devs, they have some, and yeah, they got some work to do, bro. Launches eventually. The crypto. So that's what. So the spirit of Pulse lives with this voice chat, lives with everybody that stays active with building on Pulse. Telegram is the primo. If everybody is left inside channels being idiots, well, fuck them. When things come to pass, they're gonna have to suffer. Those things are not gonna be supported. You need to support Pulsechain HEX, and let's move into the future of building quality no admin key projects, and let's replicate everything of what we live our systems into Pulse. Let's just do that. If that isn't being accomplished, people are fucking around with their shit. So things decay a little bit. Things need to be back to that. Fuck all these stupid coins created. Let's go. Let's come back. Call the comeback board. I'm gonna mute for a bit.
Oh, he's cool, right here. Maybe we do it.